Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Listen, it is time to talk about the ultimate man cave desk tour for 2022. Listen, there's a lot of folks out there that have like the minimalistic desk tours and they barely have like anything on their desk, and they're always talking about, you know, how awesome it is that I have basically squat on their desk. And for me, my desk is about productivity. Now, first, we got to start off with the desk. I created my own L-shaped desk out of a couple of work tables from Home Depot. Now, the thing about this is, you know, I didn't really see the point in going and getting, you know, a super expensive standing desk. Hey, I wasn't even really sure like how much I would be standing at my desk throughout the day. So, you know, what I have here is I have two work tables from Home Depot. The right side is 62 inches. The left side is 52 inches. They both are 24 inches in depth. Now listen, both tables together cost me about $500 out the door. Now, once I got the tables, I beat them up. I hit them with a blowtorch. You know, I did different things to make them my own with hammers, and just to kind of give them a little bit of character. One of them is purposely covered, the other one's more naked. Now, one thing about my desk is I do believe in a little bit of feng shui when it comes to my desk. I don't follow all the rules of feng shui, but there are a few things that I do. The right side of my desk is the dragon side, or the dragon side is anything that produces heat, right? So that's where my main computers are, my monitors, you know, anything that outputs heat is on the right side of my desk. The left side of my desk is my tiger side, or my quiet, stealthy side. So that's the side of my desk that usually doesn't have anything on it. This is where I'm usually creative, you know, and I'll break that down exactly how I decided to set mine up. Maybe it'd be something that you might want to do as well. So let's start with the left side of the desk. You know, so first thing I have is I do have a leather catch-all. It's $25. I got it from Three Sons Leather Company. Listen, I've purchased a couple of these from these guys. This is a local American-made catch-all. The guy, he's out of Cleveland, Ohio. The Three Sons, because, you know, three sons are in the family. So the next thing that we have are my Scribe Materials, basically anything that has to do with me being able to write. So I have a few Moleskin notebooks, which are specifically for work. And I also have my cigar Bible, Little B Bible, that I use to take notes about different cigars that I'm smoking. Do I like it? You know, I take the band from the cigar and I'll paste it in there and decide, is this something I'm gonna purchase in the future, so forth and so on. So next to that, and what I'm currently using right now, I have a Jeremy Cyrus brass ashtray. This thing weighs 8 pounds. Comes in at 250 bucks. It is a solid piece of brass, which has been inlaid with an ashtray catch. You can hold, it holds 3 cigars. Also on the left side of my desk is a very, very cheap headphone stand. It comes in, I think it was like 10 bucks. It's faux wood on the top. It's really there to hold my, my Maze or Mezzi, the Nord 99. These are the classics. This is a drop edition. It does have the walnut wood on the sides. These are closed back earphones, which I use to really enjoy spoken word, talk radio, sometimes music. So the headphones themselves come in at about $200. Now, before we move on, if you're getting good content out of this video, make sure you hit that like button. And listen, if you're not a part of the Battalion, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you a part of the Battalion. We move on to the right side of the desk. We are now on the dragon side of the desk. You know, so the main thing that you see under here, we have the M1 Mac Mini. This thing comes in at $699. You can find it cheaper on Apple's refurbished website. Sometimes Amazon has deals as well. This is mainly used for live streams. This used to be my main editing computer. Then I started streaming with different 4K cameras and it was kind of struggling a little bit, so I have since upgraded. So, you know, the main component also underneath my desk is the OWC Thunderbolt 3 dock. This thing's coming in at $299. Now, this one central dock allows me to hook multiple computers into the same set of peripherals. You know, I'm able to hook both my M1 Mac Mini, my M1 Max Macbook Pro, or my HP Envy, which is my work laptop, all to the same monitor peripherals, all using a Thunderbolt 3 cable. Just unplug one, plug another one up, and I'm up and running within seconds. Also underneath my desk, you're gonna see the Motu M4. This is an audio interface, which is $270. This is a bus power, so it has no power cable, so just that fewer amount of cables to have to worry about cable managing. This allows up to 4 inputs. And so I mainly use it with my Electro Voice RE20, which we'll talk about here in a second. And, you know, I use that to get some good, clean audio. That is going into a Cloudlifter. A Cloudlifter just provides 25 decibels of clean gain for my Electro Voice RE20. And if you know about audio and all that boring stuff, just know that it's good. So I have a nice, clean audio for you guys. Cloudlifter comes in at about $149. The main illumination source for my desk is the Dyson Light Cycle Morph Desk Light. This thing comes in at $649. Now, before you get in the comments and get your panties all in a twist, listen, sometimes you gotta go for what you want, and that's something I decided to do here. This desk light is very versatile. It has 3 points of revolve motion. Boom, just like that, you got a task light illuminating the area that you wanna use. If you wanna use it as an indirect light, you can shine it indirectly off a wall and just have a little bit of light that's kind of like just illuminating the area that you're in. You could also use this thing as a feature light. So imagine you have some artwork on the wall. So you might want to use this thing to illuminate your artwork piece or something like that. And you can use it as an ambient light, which is what I'm using it right now. Once you're done with this thing, you literally just swing it over. It has a magnet which catches it, it swings it back. Now, speaking of my monitor, this is the LG 32UN880-B. This thing comes in at $669. This is technically a part of their ultrafine ergo collection. So it did come with its own monitor arm so you can mount it to a desk. Matter of fact, that's the only way you can get it out the box is to mount it to something. This thing has tons of reviews on YouTube. No need for me to get super technical. Just know that this is a 4K IPS display and it has HDR. As I mentioned before, you know, this originally came with its own monitor stand. I wasn't the biggest fan of that for my setup because I am using the Artifox Lift Monitor Riser. This thing comes in at $380. It's made in the USA. It's made of solid oak, which they stain black, and it's powder coated steel shelf, and it has a steel top, which is magnetic. This thing is a beast. It can hold up to 60 pounds if you distribute it correctly, or it can hold up to 30 pounds directly in the center. So flanking both sides of the monitor are my Audio Engine HD3 wireless speakers. Now these things come in at $349. They're like 5-6 years old, but they are just a staple of studio desktop monitors. These things can be used both Bluetooth or wired. I have them directly wired in my OWC Thunderbolt 3, so that way whatever device is plugged up into that thing can utilize the speakers. So next to the speaker is the Caliber Revolver pen holder. This is made of cast aluminum, a novelty item. It holds 6 of my pens and pencils. You know, I like to have good EDC choices for pens and pencils. And it holds my tactile turns, bastions, refines, you know, any of those well-made pens and pencils that I like to carry. They're just right there. They're aesthetically pleasing. And also I might want to be able to grab one for whatever I'm EDCing that day. That thing comes in at $18. Also on the shelf itself is the Fujifilm X100V. This thing comes in at $1,300. This is the ultimate point and shoot. Now I use the Fujifilm to take pictures of my family. I use it for street photography. I use it to take thumbnails for this YouTube channel. Underneath all that is a set of peripherals that I use, but they're not used every single day. First, we're gonna start off with the MX Master 3. This thing comes in at $99. This is a super functional mouse. It has multiple buttons, which can be mapped. You want a button to go back, you want a button to go forward, you want a button to close out, whatever. You can map your buttons within the Logitech software. So really functional, feels good in the hand, but it's ugly as hell. I personally do not like the way that the MX Master 3 looks. So only time I bust that thing out is for productivity tasks. I'm editing YouTube videos, if I'm deep in an Excel document. So underneath that is the Blackmagic ATEM Mini. This thing comes in at $295. This is a live video switcher. I use this when I go live streams, whenever sometimes I'm filming multiple angles and I don't want to necessarily have to put all that together in post. I'll run all my cameras through the ATEM Mini, and I can switch my camera angles in live versus doing it in post in Final Cut Pro. To the left of all that, we have the Google Nest Mini, $25. I mean, what can you say? It is one of those home assistant devices similar to the name that shall not be said. Otherwise, I'm gonna make all your devices go crazy. To the right of all that is my Streamdeck Mini. This comes in at $79. This is a customizable key switcher, right? You can use it. I mainly use it during live streams and for video editing. What my phone is sitting on right now is the Google Stand, the second generation. This thing comes in at $79. Kind of pricey for a Qi wireless charger technically. However, because I have a Google Pixel 6, it provides 23 watts of charging for my phone. My work computer and my MacBook Pro are both sitting in a Nullixy vertical laptop stand. This thing comes in at $21. It holds both my work and personal laptop. It came in space gray. I spray painted it black. Does what it needs to do. Now, speaking of the main driver of the desk, this is the 2021 MacBook Pro with the M1 Max chip. This thing cost me $4,000. This is the 14-inch variant. It has a 10-core CPU, 32-core GPU, 32 gigabytes of unified memory, a 2 terabyte SSD, and I got it in space gray. This is the ultimate editing machine. We talked about the Electro Voice RE20. That is sitting on the Worm Audio mic boom arm that comes in at $119. I like the cable management that's built in on this thing. You know, I was recently using the Rode PSA-1. I still have those. You might be able to see that over my shoulder. And you know, those work really well, but you can kind of see the cable. And I use the Electro Voice RE20 for a lot of Zoom calls. I use it on camera. That thing comes in at $449. I got it in the black variant. They also have in this ugly mustard color, which I just personally am not a fan of. This is a broadcast announcer microphone. You've seen this in radio stations around the world. It has what's called variable D technology, which is great for untreated spaces like a man cave garage, which I don't have any acoustic foam or blankets or anything that's helping control sound in here. So that's gonna help with vibration. If I pound on my desk, it doesn't pick up that sound either. You know, on the desk itself is my Orbit Key desk mat. I have it in the large size. Comes in at $99. It has vegan leather, het felt. I don't know what either one of those means, right? But it must be some good, sustainable, environmental stuff. My favorite thing about this desk mat, it does have a hideaway document holder. So, you know, if I have a document that I need to work on, I can open this thing up, pull the document out, use it for a little while, tuck it away if I need to use it. Now I don't have freaking papers all over my desk. My main peripheral for input for the keyboard is the iQnix F96. This is a 96% layout. It comes in at $219. You can use this thing wired or Bluetooth. It does have a little bit of RGB lighting in there. It has the Cherry MX red switches, aluminum housing, PBT keycaps, and it uses a USB Type-C. Now, this is what I kind of call the Corvette of mice. This is the Lunar Artifacts pointer instrument. They don't even call it a mouse on their website. This thing comes in at $279. This is French calf leather with minimum treatment, meaning that a lot of leather goes through a lot of processing. This does not go through that, and it comes from a calf, which means it must be soft. It has hand stitching, a solid brass base, easy to fix and modify. If I need to slap the leather off of this thing and make some quick repairs, I can do that. It can be charged wirelessly, but you know, sometimes you gotta kind of just go for what you want. I like the way this thing looks. I like the way it works. Looks better than that freaking MX Master 3. So also on the desk mat is a digital timer. This digital timer has a large magnetic LED countdown timer. I use this mainly to focus. So if I intend to not touch my phone, check emails, check on anything, I'll set a timer for a certain amount of minutes, click that, and I'm going to stay on that task until that timer goes off. It's a kitchen timer. Flanking the desk mat is my iPad Mini 6 on its own stand. I'm using it right now for this video. I have the 256 gigabyte variant, which comes in at $649. I got it in the space gray. Finally on my desk is the Sony a6600, which I use as a webcam. I always have really crispy video when I'm on Zoom calls. This thing comes in at $1,398. It's great for filming. It's also great as a webcam. Finally, done with the desk itself. We got to talk about the chair. I'm sitting right now in the Uplift, the Vert chair, and I think this thing comes in about $399. It comes mostly assembled when you get it from Uplift. Really comfortable chair. This thing has all sorts of adjustments. You can adjust the seat forward and backwards. You can go up, you can go down, you can go back, you can lean. It's vented. And now that I've sat in a vented chair, I don't think I can go back to the traditional leather chair, especially not in this type of environment where I'm working in my man cave, I'm working in a garage, where it can get a little sticky out here. So those of you who've been following the channel for a while know that we are still giving away the Benchmade Boost Federal Government Edition. This is my personal one. The one that I'm giving away is the brand new one. You see me unbox that thing. This thing is great. It has S30V steel on it. It has an assistant opening on the side. Comes in that olive and khaki colorway on that thing. If you're interested in entering to win this thing, I'm gonna be giving this away on February 4th on that video that I dropped. Full transparency, the way that you enter for the giveaway for this knife is, A, you gotta be a subscriber to this channel. And yes, I can see if you're a subscriber. B, you have to use the word Battalion within your comment on this video. So you can talk about whatever you want in your comment, but within that comment, you have to use the word Battalion. You don't have to follow me on Instagram. It's gonna be the pinned comment, but the way I'm gonna reach out to you is gonna be Instagram. I'm going to take every comment from the videos that have started with this giveaway. I'm going to print them off with a printer. We're gonna cut them out and we're going to put them in a box. I have my daughter pull one comment out of the box, whoever's name from whatever video, we're going to respond to that comment, let you know that you won. And the only way to get your information is gonna be via Instagram. So make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. It's not a requirement to win. Hopefully I wish you luck and hopefully you're able to get your hands on the Benchmade Boost. Really, really nice EDC knife for the liking. Listen, if this is your first time here, thank you for stopping by. We would love to have you a part of the Battalion. If you're already a part of the Battalion, thank you once again for coming back. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.